a Smurf.
Oh my god.
What happened?
Oh my god.
My god. Oh my god, his head was ground into a fine blue paste. He was
buried.
It's just so violent. It's like I didn't realize how violent it was.
Very, very violent. Oh my god.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show, The Buried Podcast. It is a podcast where we go out into the internet jungle and bring back hidden gems of lore to the public seeing eye. As always, I'm Declan Grogan, and with me is Dylan Ward.
I'm on the run from the IRS.
Jimmy Brown.
I like coffee.
And Liam Mann.
The IRS is on the run from me.
No.
I see you switched up the sentence.
Yeah, I paid too many taxes.
I can't wait till we're 50 episodes in and you don't know what to say to end that narration bit.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's only uphill from here.
Yeah, unlike right now where I'm just a font of ideas. Just everywhere I walk. Podcast
Do you ever just
ideas.
worry that this episode is going to be the one where we peaked? Like we're gonna be like, this was great. We had a fantastic episode right now, but we're like, man, we're just beginning our ascent to the top. But this is it. Like that was the best we'll ever do.
Well, at our peak, of course, 25 subscribers.
Yeah. It's the equivalent of peaking in grade school.
With our one loyal commenter.
Oh yeah, we love them.
Who's just constantly
We love you,
bated breath
Cloudy.
waiting for something. Cloudy.
Cloudy, why are you so cloudy? Your skies, they're too cloudy. When will we see clear skies?
I want Mr. Blue Sky, not cloudy.
What is this? Yeah, this is that right there is why we peaked in this episode.
We're really off to a running trip this episode, aren't we?
You ever
Well,
you ever get that like sinking feeling in your chest while you're recording this podcast? that like deep fear, that deep wash over your face of like, wow, I don't know what the fuck to say.
Yeah.
I have no idea what my future holds, and it's probably going to be awful, but I just kind of have to blindly walk forwards into the darkness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Dylan, say that again.
Fuck if I remember what I said.
Blindly walking into the forest. I think you're onto something. I think that we need to start blindly walking into more things. I mean, look at the three blind mice. They were blindly walking into everything, and they have a goddamn song written about them. I say this is the era of blindly walking into things.
All right. So we do the podcast with our eyes closed, is what you're saying here.
Are you fucking kidding me?
We just bounce around from everything, and a blind squirrel will eventually get a nut. Is what we're saying.
Yes. There's that classic saying: a blind squirrel gets a nut at least twice a day.
Fucking. If I'm doing this right because I know I'm gonna open my eyes. I'm putting on a blindfold.
Oh, hey, oh.
All right.
Wait,
this
Dylan,
is
do you have a topic or
blindly
not?
stumble into things.
I do have a topic.
Okay.
You do.
Yes.
Wow. So we.
Is the blindfold on, Dylan?
I want to. Okay, wait. I'm looking at my channel one last time because I won't be able to look at it again.
Of course. Is the blindfold on?
All right. Got it.
Now he's in the zone.
All right, guys. No one else put a blindfold on. No one else, and we're gonna do the rest of the podcast through pictures in the group chat. Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh my fucking god! I can't believe that idiot fell for it. Walking in the blind, walking in the darkness. What kind of idiot
the best
does
part
that?
is he can't hear a thing we're saying right now.
That blindfold is an effective measure against insults. Everyone knows that you can't hear insults when you have a blindfold on.
I feel impenetrable right now. I don't know about you guys.
Wow.
I'm feeling mighty penetrable.
Yeah. So vulnerable.
Wait, but you guys are wearing masks, right? Like you guys have.
Of course.
Well, sure. Everyone's wearing masks, as is mandated by God Emperor Stevenson.
Yeah. All right. We have blindly fell into 15 different trees, and none of them have had nuts so far.
It's funny that like when Dylan said masks, I don't know why, but like the first thing that popped into my head wasn't like the medical mask that you wear. My first thought was like the Guy Fawkes mask. like, oh yeah, you guys all have your masks on. It's like, well, of course I have my mask on. I'm not a reprobate.
God damn.
Just go to that freaking tiki torch mask thing, like, of course.
Yes, we live in the future society where we all have to wear tiki torch masks, as per the will of President Tiki Torch.
Trick or tweet.
I like.
All right. Let's dive into the
Yeah,
episode.
let's just get this over with.
Yeah, let's fucking
There
do
we
it.
go.
No,
All right, so
we're
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I should start because I'm not gonna remember my topic for much longer.
Okay.
There you go. I think that's a good idea. When was the last time Dylan started the podcast?
I don't know. Maybe the last time that I said something funny.
It was clearly episode 14, guys. Do not keep up with the buried lore.
Well, we're in
Buried
season 2, aren't we?
I don't know.
In season 3, Dylan dies, and in season 4, he's resurrected, and in season 5, he's resurrected again as Dylan the White. It's not that hard to follow, Jimmy.
You know, the show had its elegant graces, but it really came into its own in season 2. The writing really took it up a notch.
Oh, but
I think it actually-
the cinematography on season 2.
I think the Flanderization of the Declan character into this buffering buffoon was really handled terribly. You know, he's
And
just
honestly,
at
the whole-
first his stupidness was a small trait, but now it's just become his entire personality.
And also, putting Jimmy in blackface was a really bold decision, but we decided that it was necessary for the lore.
Yeah, they really jumped the shark when he became, black.
I personally didn't care. I personally didn't care for the Waterworld arc, where the whole season had them in a water world.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't much care for the, as someone who follows the source material very closely, I think there's too much filler in between the good chunks of the episode. I mean, I just want to get to the next action-packed moment. Quit with the filler, the filler Hitler jokes. I mean,
Liam, I'm gonna slap
but
your
with the-
face and squeeze your nipples if you ever say something quite like that again.
But with the Liam Cotangle fan fiction becoming canon, I don't know what the deal with that was.
I firmly ship Cotangle and Vespucci. I don't know about you, but the fact that the writers would give that to us and then take it away with the fan fiction becoming canon is just disgusting.
Yeah, understandable, but at the same time, the whole mind control subplot where Vespucci and Cotangle had that weird relationship, of a controlling one, it kind of made it a turn off in my head.
And I hate how at the end of season 5 we just zoom out of a snow globe, but it turns out the podcast is entirely in a
Yeah.
child's brain the whole time.
I don't know.
That just ruined it all.
That's a good point.
All right, Dylan.
So my
take us away.
What's your topic?
My topic is the Minute Hour on YouTube. It's a YouTube channel that I want to say about 2 years ago I stumbled upon one of their videos either on Reddit or it was suggested to me on YouTube. It was titled Something Terribly Offensive. Now that name should sound familiar to everybody in this podcast because I've definitely shown them this video and it's quite a popular video. It's shy of 1 million views last I checked, which was right before I put my blindfold on. And the animations are stunning. They did. I only watched 2 of their videos to start. Something Terribly Offensive, and then there was another one. I can't look now, but it had something to do with a cool grill, like a real
It's called That's a Nice Grill.
That's a
That's
nice grill. Yeah, there we
yeah.
go. So I watched Something Terribly Offensive. It was so funny. I had to share it with Liam. I had to share it with everybody. I put it right in the group chat, and then Liam, you were mentioning that you shared it with your college. And then it started getting circulated, and then
yeah. Well, see, the cool thing about that one, I think that this video will always have a special place in my heart because of the experience I had with sharing it. At my college, at my local alma mater.
In Lithuania.
Lithuania U. I'm in a a cappella group known as the Flinging Pierogies. But I showed my friends in the acapella group this video and they they loved it. They got a kick out of it. It's a funny video. And then like maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, some random kid in my German class, like who was completely unaffiliated with the a cappella group, I don't think he was even like direct friends with like anybody in the group, but he sits next to me and he goes, "Hey, have you seen this video?" And he shows me something terribly offensive. And I was like, "Holy shit! Did this like go like around and then just come back to me?"
It made a full loop.
Cool as shit, dude.
Yeah, man, that really was one of the more epic times of college.
I just imagine
college.
Like Liam, like this kid like sits next to him, like shows him the phone, and like he's like, "Have you seen this video?" Like Liam like grabs his hat, like chuckles, he's like, "Haha, have I seen it? Let me tell you a thing or two about something terribly offensive."
Yeah, and then I put my sunglasses on and rode my motorcycle right out of that German class.
And everyone clapped.
See, that's the thing. That's the one thing I like about a small school like Lithuania U, is it's the following I have there is very small, but from time to time I get a kick out of it. Like there was this one time I was walking down around in the jungle, and one of my fellow Lithuanian classmates said something to me in Lithuanian, which roughly translated to top 10 outfits. And I was like, "Oh, hey, this guy watches Top Numbers."
I still can't get over the fact. All right, so Top Numbers is our YouTube channel that we make little comedy sketches, whatever else. But the time that you were watching a meme playlist on YouTube, not knowing that our video was in it, and it just like popped up, and you heard your own voice.
Dude, that was like one of the scariest. It was like really scary at first, because I was just like, I had like a meme compilation on in the background. Just like, I think I was like working on something and I just had it on in the background, and all of a sudden I hear my own voice and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I like rewind it, and it's just like the Top Numbers video just sandwiched in the middle of this video, and it was like surreal. It was like, holy shit. It was pretty epic.
So then I watched the second animation by the midnight hour, and it was, "Hey, that's a nice grill." And I swear to fucking God, that had to be the most disturbing animation I've ever seen.
It's wild.
It was like, if you think you know where it's going, you're wrong. Not for the weak of stomach, don't watch that video. But watch something terribly offensive. That's very funny. So I watched those 2 videos, and then more content started getting suggested to me. And I got a suggestion to watch the audio. It was like an only audio for something terribly offensive. I'm like, "Oh shit, like this came out, a year before, and it was just the audio, and then they animated it later." So I'm going through, and this channel has so many fucking amazing audio clips that are like just waiting to be animated, that are gonna be...
Are these so...
What?
They're like only 3 minutes long. Is this just like them doing bits?
It's them doing... So I was looking through the channel. I can't tell you how old the channel is or when the first video came out. But it's they've been doing this forever. It used to be they used to do music, and then at one point they kind of like switched to just comedy audio. And I sort of like some of them gay bobsled team or something like that. I was cracking up. Like there's all these great ones. There's
the oldest one seems to be the Ballad of Guy Fieri from 5 years ago. It was an audio.
Amazing.
Interesting.
Why is no one talking about Fight Club is so great? I forgot about how funny that thing is.
Yeah, that one's a good one. There was this one where it's like a man standing up in court giving the testimony for a dude who was just like a total piece of trash. I'm blanking on his name. It's gonna hit me randomly.
Understandable.
But yeah, I mean, like just go through. I mean, the picture is of like the yellow disc and the thumbnail. I mean, it's just audio.
I think my favorite part about his bits is like, I think he's got a great sense of like escalation. Like he knows exactly how to like escalate it like so subtly but so funny. Like I think that's the reason why something terribly offensive is so funny, because it starts out just like this like, "No, like I can't believe he said that to me," and then it's just like he gets like, "You're lucky I don't, get a little bit more serious with you. Like I don't cut you. I'll cut
I like
you,
that one
man."
because so like the character starts out just talking very normal. He's like, "Yeah, I was at the bank today," and by the end he's like, "And then I love them. I fuck them. And like his voice just turns like crazy, but you can't like pinpoint when it changes because it's like so fluid, like the way that he escalates the voice changing.
No, I mean, keep in mind, in that video specifically, something terribly offensive, like the boys and every other character, that it's all him. He's like, no, man, like, nah, like, oh, the boss is happy, yeah. Like, all those background voices are him, too.
Is this just one guy?
It's one guy doing this all.
Wow. Because they sound very different, like each of the people.
I think it's probably
that's
him
voice
and friends,
acting,
yeah.
baby.
But I remembered the name. It's Tom Everett. It was something like Court Case of Tom Everett, and then The Altar Boy. Look those two up, and I swear you'll be rolling.
Are they are Tom Everett and the Altar Boys in any way related?
No, I don't.
Any explanation for why he may be on trial?
No, I see.
No.
Heyo.
No, seriously, please. If you
pat yourself on the
enjoyed,
back for that joke.
if you enjoyed something
just-
terribly offensive, you're doing yourself a disservice.
See, Deco, what I'm trying to do is, last time, a few episodes ago, we dated the podcast to early 2020.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do is date the podcast to somewhere in the early 2010s, so no one knows when this podcast is from.
You just said it's
Okay,
from early
alright.
2020. You just said that.
No,
You
I don't know.
prefaced it.
He also said early 2010. It's a coin toss at this point.
This podcast is from the early 1950s. Ooh.
Whoa.
Ooh.
All right.
Editor's note. Edit in 1950s voice effect. It's me. I'm from the 50s. Oh, this
Welcome to
is
the
podcast.
Colgate Comedy Hour.
Oh,
Starring
the Comedy Hour.
Bazingo, the
What?
talking chimp.
Now we're going to
it's me.
war.
You know what would be a good idea?
The chip's like, the president's declared war.
No. The chip just looks like everyone's like, it's the Colgate Comedy Hour, but the monkey
Bingo.
is just like staring directly into the camera, like that Stanley Kubrick look with like the face down, the eyes looking up, and it's just a slow pan, and he goes, "We are going to war."
And then the whole like audience just starts screaming. Like, they just go flipping crazy. It's like pandemonium. And everyone's just screaming over, "You're never fully dressed without a smile."
There's like the vaudeville show is still going on. He's like, "Who cares what you're wearing?" He's like,
I gotta call my son. Hey, hobo man. Hey. And they're like, "Oh my God, Jimmy!
"Hey, oh."
Don't tell me you're drafted." It's
So that was my topic.
Well,
Alright.
I thought it's an interesting topic because I think that not to go off on a tangent, but maybe a suggestion of an implication of a future topic. The guy who did the animation for that
yeah.
something terribly offensive is the same guy who made Dudes of Hazmat, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
I'd love to check that
Which
for
is
you.
channel.
Which
Oh,
is
yeah.
another bit. We won't get into it today, but the Dudes of Hazmat is a wild ride.
It's
That's
so
for sure.
wild. That is definitely
Anyway.
Pace
worthy.
yourself.
All right,
Ladies and
I
gentlemen,
can
pace
go.
yourself.
Yeah.
Are you going, Declan, or should I go?
I would like to go for a second.
Go for it,
I'm
yeah.
pretty jazzed about this topic. All right?
Understandable.
Let me hit you with a sentence, all right? And I just want to hear what you guys react about this. The Beatles never broke up. All right?
Oh.
What are your reactions about this?
Wait, what was the first word?
Yeah, you
said?
cut out.
Off a little bit.
The Beatles
Oh.
never broke up.
I would go ahead and say that's false.
Yeah, I actually
Well.
killed John Lennon myself.
Oh.
We have a confession.
We finally got him after
We got him.
20 episodes.
This whole podcast was just an elaborate ruse to get Jimmy to admit that he's the one that killed John
Oh,
Lennon.
oh! Mr.
All right,
Kennedy
well,
said not to say that.
Maybe they
That's
broke
right.
up.
Former
in,
President John Kennedy orchestrated John Lennon's assassin.
There can only be
All
one
right.
John. Now they
Call
may
it John.
be broken up in this dimension, but as a user who's made his own website and goes under the alias James Richards claims is that they are still together in a different dimension. Okay, and this is the most like wild website I've seen in a while. It's borderline conspiracy, but it doesn't seem to like it doesn't seem to want to go any more deeper than it's like already has. Like he's like sort of just done like looking into it. Okay.
Sure.
So this man by the name of, well, he says he doesn't feel safe giving his real name, so his name is James Richards is what he does. It's a alias of Paul and Ringo's first names, all right? And what he says is that in September 9th, 2009, he was driving home from Livermore, California, through a canyon. Like, it was a back roads, very scenic route that he wanted to just check out and sort of just enjoy the views. He had his dog with him, and his dog seemed like it had to pee, so he let it out. And the dog instantly started chasing a rabbit through the desert, and he ran after it. He tripped on a rabbit's hole and then knocked himself out and woke up in a room, okay? The room looked just like any other one that we'd be in, like your room right now. It had a window, and you could tell there was traffic outside. And inside the room, there was a weird-looking machine, okay? A guy came in. He said he had found him in the desert and saved him because he looked like he was knocked out in the middle of the desert. And he said, well, where are we now? He goes, you're 20 feet away from where you passed out. Which he said that when he passed out, he didn't see any houses or any sort of village. And the man said, you are in a different parallel Earth right now, okay? And in this Earth, the government, it's basically the same as ours, but the government, instead of funding NASA, funded a company that worked into parallel dimensions, and they made a commercial device that allowed anyone in the world to go to parallel Earths, okay?
Okay.
You still with me? Now,
I'm with you.
So what he did is that he's a scout who goes to certain worlds to make sure they aren't dangerous, that once you enter them, it's not flooded with water, so anyone's going to drown or whatever else. And he came to Earth, found this guy, brought him back, and they were talking, and while he's asking him all these ideas about what their Earth is like, he figures out that they have the Beatles. But the Beatles aren't broken up in their universe, okay?
Are they all, like, really old?
Yeah, they're still making music, though. And he went into the guy's music collection, and he found several additional albums to the Beatles' discography, okay?
Holy shit, dude.
And he listened to a few of them, and he asked, hey, can I record some of these? And the guy, to what he describes as like a scary snap where it became really like a dark tone, said, you are not to bring anything back to your dimension. But he said, hey, but I'm not the guy who's going to go to a different dimension and not bring something back as proof. So while he was out of the room, he snagged one of the cassettes, because apparently they only use cassettes in this advanced world. He says that too.
Holy fuck.
And then he said that they ate food. He threw in the wild detail that in this universe they have purple ketchup and not red. I don't know why he felt the need to add that. And
well, the more specific it is, the more likely to be true it is.
Well, I mean, look here. You can. Then he came.
Wait, hold on, Jimmy. I like that implication of like not just like the more, like, I think what you meant to say was the more details you include, the more true a lie sounds.
Yeah.
But the way you made it sound was that the more details you include, the more true it becomes.
That's how it is.
If you just tell any lie but include a shit ton of details, it automatically becomes true.
I didn't rob the
like,
bank,
well,
but I was wearing purple shoes, yellow sunglasses, blue pants. I had wings.
Oh my god!
Shit! He that was like 50 details. That thing's got to be true.
He
Yeah,
vanished.
exactly.
He vanished from the security footage. He's just not on the security footage anymore.
I am also God.
All right, so
Okay, sorry. Continue.
yeah, no. Continuing on though, he comes back to the portal. Another detail he adds is that it feels like when you're traveling between parallel dimensions, it feels like being wet, but you're not. So much so that his dog tried to shake off the water that did not exist when he landed.
Another detail.
And then another detail, he said he didn't have a tape player in his car, so he had to go buy one. And he played it. The album that he took back is called Everyday Chemistry. And it is by the Beatles, okay?
Oh, no.
It is.
I don't know why that just like hit me so sudden of just like he's just like, yes, this is the Beatles.
He has it is an 11-track album. I'm gonna hit you
Oh my
with the
god,
names
it
of the
actually
tracks.
says album by the Beatles on Wikipedia.
Yeah, on Wikipedia they claim, they go full head in this thing. Alright, so this is an 11 tracks. I'm gonna read you the names of the tracks, and the last one is fucking crazy, okay? Here are the track
Oh my
names.
gosh.
1 is 4 Guys, track 2 is Talking to Myself, track 3, Anybody Else, track 4, Sick to Death, track 5, Jen, track 6, I'm Just Sitting Here, track 7, Soldier Boy, Track 8 over the sorry, Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy gets me every fucking time.
I like that implication because, like, well, then, like, does Soldier Boy exist in?
Dude, Soldier
Boy joined the Beatles. What are you talking about?
No. Soldier Boy was from the other dimension and took that song and released it in this one.
If the Beatles hadn't broken up, we'd never have Soldier Boy. Soldier
Boy and the Beatles cannot exist in the same timeline.
Yeah.
It's just not possible.
It's like matter and antimatter.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're contradictory.
Track 8, Over the Ocean. Track 9, Days Like These. Track 10, Saturday Night. And then track 11, the pinnacle of them all, Mr. Gator's Swamp Jamboree.
Yes. Ringo wrote that one. I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, that's a Ringo Starr classic.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's like the.
You cut out. Say that one more time.
Yeah. Mr. Gator's Swamp Jamboree. It's a jamboree, baby. You can listen.
Wow.
You can listen to all 11 of these tracks on the website, thebeatlesneverbroakeup.com. He also lets you download the album, and I listened to all of them today. And it sounds like the Beatles. I can't tell you that the people who are singing do sound like the Beatles, but the music does not as much.
According to Wikipedia, it's classified as a remix album because it mashes up various songs from the Beatles' individual solo careers to create new ones.
Oh.
Just as an alternative interpretation to the highly detailed, highly credible
Mr. Gator's Swamp Jamboree.
See the way I'm imagining the story playing out is that he was walking along this desert road, he fell, he tripped, he hit his head really hard, got a severe concussion, went home, recorded a Beatles album himself, and was like, "This is the Beatles," and just like all the tracks are just him going, "I wanna hold your hand," just severely concussed.
He came to, and he was like, "Here's everyday chemistry, baby."
He goes, "Oh."
But when you listen to it, his claim, because he has an email. I think we should get this guy on the podcast. He has an email that we can talk to, and people have asked him, "Hey, these are all clips from the songs from their singles career and whatever else." And he said, "Well, in a parallel dimension that's so similar to ours, the ideas for these songs were already in their heads. So
obviously,
of course, when they split up, they're gonna sort of like write things like this."
Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone was like, everyone was like, "Oh shit, he must be telling the truth."
He's got a very deterministic view of separate universes, I guess. Like, they were bound to write these lyrics.
This makes me so happy because of the legal implications of this album. All right?
Oh, yeah.
Because
you can't touch me. This is from another fucking dimension.
Technically, well, it's not that the Beatles can't touch him, but technically, if these are all songs written by people that are not from our dimension, they are all royalty free. They're all can be played at any time. So I'm just gonna hit you with a little bit of anybody else right now because I fucking can. Is the truth. Yeah. What are they gonna do? Take me to interdimensional court about the copyright law?
Declan, no. It is us, the interdimensional police force.
We've come.
Oh my god! Somebody call the psychic high school.
Why do I feel wet, but I don't have any water on me?
That's the detail. Those are the details that make traveling dimensions true.
Yes.
See, one day interdimensional travel wasn't possible, and then someone made up a bunch of details about interdimensional travel, and then it just sort of happened.
And I am also here.
Yes.
Oh,
he is
Ringo Starr.
I am Ringo Starr.
Wait. Why am I here?
Alternate dimension. Ringo Starr has come here to sue you.
Fucking, that's my song, bitch. I wrote Gator Jamboree.
Well, it can't be your song because on the Tuesday the 5th, I was cooking eggs with a little bit of spinach inside of them.
No!
I went on a walk with my dog.
RoboCop, silence him! He's giving too many details.
I never even came in contact with the album.
Oh my god, the details are sucking me back to my home dimension. Oh no! You win this round, boy!
So anyway, Jimmy, put some intergalactic music underneath that. Also, here's the song.
Vespucci has to. Excuse you.
See, I mean, I don't know. You guys can judge whether or not you think this sounds a little bit like the Beatles.
I would
it's cut out for me. I think the international people are not allowed.
Yeah, we could also just edit that over for the audience, so.
Yeah, I mean, but that's just a little bit of that one. Let me, we proposed to you what we should make our new buried intro, and that's Mr. Gator's Swamp Jamboree, because it's got a real Lithuanian vibe to it.
Yeah,
it's also gotten no words.
Really?
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense for the Beatles. Wouldn't you think that their crazy song, they would be like spitting wild phrases over?
Okay, guys, hear me out. What
Yeah.
if we went one step further? What if we took the song Mr. Gator's Swamp Jamboree and we made it into a real song? We wrote lyrics and we made it into a real song.
I like this.
Oh, wow. There you go.
I like that idea a lot. I mean, does the lyrics make songs into real songs? Is that...
Yes.
Okay,
It's
cool.
transformative, therefore we are allowed to do it. And then we'll make it the buried intro.
All right, good. I say, yeah, we can use this as a track. We can put words over it, and we will make our own band called the Other Beatles.
Yeah, the not the Beatles.
Not the Beatles. We'll release an album called Every Other Day Chemistry. And,
See, I feel like this implication that this guy's put forward of like dodgy interdimensional law has just set forward a new excuse to just steal music. Like, what? Let's just sell Beatles music, but when anyone tries to like get us, we'll just be like, oh no, this is the alternate dimension Beatles.
guys, it's in the other dimension.
No,
It's just fucking crazy to me. Like, these are songs that are apparently by the Beatles, and anyone can use them if this guy's telling the truth.
That would be great. That would be big.
That'd be huge. And so honestly, go listen to it yourself and decide whether or not you think this is the Beatles, because it's worth listening to. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, we'll send that guy an email, see if we can get him to say something to us.
Yeah, I'd love to hear more about this story, honestly. I think it'd be great, because who knows, what if he came on and he was just like really fucking convincing? Like, what if he came on and like, he could have been. I mean, from reading the story and listening to the music, I can't say that this didn't happen.
It's like that kind of like last Thursdayism. Like, it's just like it's not disprove. It's only It's like not disprovable. You can't prove it, but you also can't disprove it.
That's true.
All right. Would I be able to go next?
Yes, Jimmy, go ahead.
All right. Wonderful.
Wait.
So-
Can we take a break real quick? I gotta use the bathroom.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, sure.
Here, I'll go to the bathroom too.
All right, cool.
Guys, until Declan gets back, enjoy the bathroom. Oh man, I love being here in the bathroom. I hope no one pees or farts on me.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, I've been farted on.
Oh, man.
No.
Oh, geez.
Hey, it's me, the janitor. I'm here to clear. Oh, what? Another guy covered in bile. How did,
Oh.
sir?
Oh, man. I
fucking-
really need to take some medication for this.
Hey, it's me, the pee goblin. I pee on everything. Ha ha ha.
Oh, you're my natural enemy. I'm a janitor, so the pea goblin's like the worst thing I can think of because he is disruptive to my job. He keeps.
You can never clean this much pee.
He also eats the urinal cakes, and I fucking hate it.
I love them. They're spongy and cakey, like cake should be.
I'm gonna shoot him with my janitor's gun. Bang bang.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God! I'm seeing stars. I'm
Yeah,
bleeding
bleed out, you little punk.
Oh man,
What's
this
going
is
on?
wacky antics aside. I'm really bleeding out, man. Oh man.
Yeah, pee one final time, you little urine goblin.
Okay, let's move right along.
Wait, what? Wait, I can't. All right, that'll be just something fun. I guess I get to listen back to.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
I'll ask Vespucci to put that after the ending.
Yeah.
All right, so
Nah, leave that exactly where the fuck it was.
All right, Jimmy, go ahead.
I'm proud of.
all right, so as you guys know, I tend to kind of reach back way into my Tumblr history to try and pull out a topic. This one, I don't actually have to go that far back. It concerns a certain Tumblr account called Aquafresh. this was a parody account where they made fun of the Aquafresh brand because it had one of those like text generator things where like you have the Aquafresh guy, like the mascot, he's like a superhero and he's doing various things, and he would post them and add really ridiculous texts. You know, like he'd put a piece of chocolate being punched by him and say like "fuck chocolate," or he'd you know put the Aquafresh guy sitting at a desk and he'd put the caption like "they keep putting me back to second grade because I keep trying to fuck the desk,"
What?
and just various things like that. Now he caught some flack, this Aquafresh guy, when he posted a "see you at Endgame" kind of thing with an edited version of the Infinity Gauntlet on there, and below that he kept putting Endgame spoilers on. This was like a day after it came out, right? Which is like, you know, internet, you know, pariah kind of making stuff.
That's pretty cringe.
Shortly after Endgame came out, I don't know if you guys remember this, but Tumblr really cracked down on like, you know, pornography, different things that it didn't want on its site, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. I'm well aware.
Aquafresh, believe it or not, was swept up in this. And everybody was really confused because they were like, did he get deleted for Endgame spoilers? That's not against like the terms of service or anything. It's kind of a dick move, but who knows? And he himself was very confused as well. But upon further looking, it was found out because Aquafresh was tied to a huge number of Nazi and pedophile blogs.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What?
Uh-huh.
Wait, the account or the company? We gotta make that distinction.
The account, because the company was purging all these kind of blogs from it.
Oh my gosh.
And it gets deeper than that. All these Nazi and pedophile blogs. The Aquafresh guy was like, oh yeah, I know why that's the thing. It turns out that he was part of an anti-Nazi and pedophile blog, like, vigilante group within Tumblr called Woody's Roundup.
Why? Why would you name yourself Woody's Roundup?
What Woody's Roundup would do is they kind of like, they were the Woody Collective, or otherwise known as like the Woody Hive Mind. They would bully and take over, after reporting, of course, Nazi and pedophile blogs that they found by just commenting, howdy partner, partner. This place ain't big enough for the two of us. And they just like spam until the Tumblr either got deleted, reported, any of that kind of stuff. They all had the same exact header. They all said the same exact thing as everybody else had. And once they bullied somebody off, they would gain access to the account somehow. I'm not exactly sure. And take it over and make it part of their like little collection. So this went on for like ever until there was basically, since all the blogs that were part of the roundup were like former Nazi pedophile blogs, they were all like taken out by Tumblr's like big purge. But it took out their regular blogs as well, that, you know, their non-vigilante blogs.
All right, wait. So is the guy telling the truth? Is the question?
That's the complete truth.
What a
the Woody's Roundup were a little bit notorious.
There's a snake in your boot.
Yeah, exactly. They'd say stuff like that, and it took out a really big blog because he was like anti-Nazi.
See, that's the real way to do it. That's the real way to tackle, you know,
Honestly.
those kind of people. Because, like, you know, whenever you hear, like, oh, you know, like, I feel like people who don't understand the internet, the response is always like, oh, just block them, or just, like, you know, report or whatever. The real way to do it is just spam. Spam is the real way to get things done on the internet.
To create a Toy Story-themed internet lynch mob. That is what you do.
Wow, what a weird like thing to rally around. Woody from Toy Story.
Yeah, I can send into our little message thing a little picture of the rules of Woody's Roundup, as well as it also has the profile pic that they all used.
What if they got like
a sheriff?
What if it was revealed that Tim Allen was in the group?
Why would Tim Allen do
Yeah,
that?
why
would he?
Do you mean
Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks?
Who plays Woody?
Tom Hanks.
Well, is Tim Allen in the group or fucking not?
Tim Allen plays Buzz.
I forgot.
I like to imagine that Tim Allen is just like he's just in the group as well.
All right. In the Beatles Still Alive parallel universe, Tom Hanks plays Buzz and Tim Allen plays Woody.
Wait a minute. But then that would mean that this is alternate dimension, Dylan. What did you do with regular dimension, Dylan?
What'd you do?
Oh.
This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
No!
Oh my god. Wait a second. This
Not the
Dylan
classic
is
Tim Allen
slightly
line.
this Dylan is slightly taller than the other Dylan.
Oh no!
Howdy,
Oh my god, it's
partner.
bigger Dylan. You're my favorite deputy.
You're my favorite deputy.
They really commit to the Woody bit when giving the rules.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for some bandits and varmints.
But like, okay, hear me out.
I'm seeing them say real nasty stuff.
You're like a pedophile, right? And you go onto Facebook and
Whoa.
and all of a
An
sudden
accusation there.
you just start hearing "You got a friend in me," da-da-da-da-da. And it starts getting louder, and you're like, "What's happening?" And all of a sudden, like 30 fucking Woodies burst through your window, and they're like, "This town ain't big enough for the two of us."
See, I like to imagine it's a bunch of different small Woodies, but they all are a hive mind, so they come together to make one massive Woody.
Mecha Woody.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like a kid. It's a Nazi kid diddler is walking down the street in a rough part of town in a dark alley, and he just hears from "You're my favorite deputy." He's like looking around, and he hears and he just turns around, and in the corner, it's like a 30-foot tall Woody. It's like, "You're my favorite deputy."
A freaking wave of little Woodies. Wait, all right. This is you going off of the fact that you think they're all small. They're starting to seem like a parasitic hive mind because rule 3 is now deactivated could mean two things. One of them means that they've already been taken care of, so their hollow corpse can't be used for feasting.
See, I like how that's still in the in-character version of Woody. Is like, one of that been taken care of, so their hollow corpses can't be used for feasting.
Well, if we can't take care of Andy, gang, we can at least feast on his hollow corpse. What? Wait.
It's just like it turns out like the Toy Story is like a horror movie where once the toys fulfill their usefulness, they take over the host.
Fucking.
Like
Andy's
Woody
going
just
to
goes
college,
into
guys. You know what that means? We only have a month to finally take over.
And then it's It's like Woody. It's like Andy's going up to college. He's like, "All right, goodbye, Andy. Have fun at college." And he's just like lifeless and dead. But like Woody's like all the toys are like holding up his limbs and like, "Thank you, Mom. We are going to college now."
Go, take him, go. Put the sunglasses back on him. Holy shit, this is wild. I don't know, that's a great way to take down some real nasty people out there, huh?
What a fun way to tackle pedophiles.
It's a weird thing to think about. Good on you, Tim Allen.
Tim Allen, what do you have to say on this matter? Okay, I guess. Jimmy, have you said all the things you need to say about Woody?
Just about.
Okay, well then
That was Woody's Roundup, otherwise known as the Woody Hive Mind.
that's pretty epic. Okay, so I guess I will close this off for today. So I think there are kind of two sides of the spectrum in buried topics we talk about. I think there are ones that are strange because of the fact that they're so buried. Not many people have heard about them. And I think there's also the one that just qualifies in terms of weirdness. So my topic isn't, I wouldn't say it's the most buried per se. It's a YouTube channel with like not a huge following, but like a relatively sizable following. But I think in recent times it seems that this YouTuber has kind of gone off the deep end. And I thought it'd be really interesting to explore.
All right.
So the YouTuber I'm talking about, his YouTube name is Nikocado Avocado, and his videos fall under the category of mukbang videos. For those of you who don't know, mukbang videos are basically, it's just like this trend. It's kind of like an ASMR thing where basically people just eat like insane amounts of food, and they just eat a shit ton of food. And you know, I like to I like to watch them sometimes. Just like, I don't know, they can be entertaining.
They're curious. I'm kind of intrigued by it. There's a lot of fucking food.
There are some that are better than others. In particular, I think I prefer the ones that are like home cooked. Like it's just a shit ton of like home cooked food. The one where they like just buy a bunch of like fast food. I think those aren't as satisfying. But like, I don't know. Anyway. This mukbanger, he was popular for a while, but I think the crazy thing is when you look at him from start to finish. If you look at his first video is about him being vegan, and it's him eating mac and cheese. And in that video, you know, he doesn't say his exact weight, but he's a thinner guy. He probably weighs maybe like 160 to 180 pounds. You know, not a hefty guy at all. And it's funny because if you know on YouTube you can sort it. If you sort by oldest to newest and you just scroll down, you can slowly see him start to get like more and more heavy.
What the heck is going on?
And like it clearly, like the fact that he's gained so much weight, I think has caused him like a lot of like mental anguish. And also, I think recently he was involved in like some drama where another like mukbang YouTuber called him out for being kind of like a scuzzy guy. And so kind of after that point, his videos have just gotten so... Watching them is like a fever dream.
I'm looking here and I'm seeing like a category called upset feelings where he's just crying and all of them.
Yes. And it's funny when you...
diabetes and kidney failure. It's time to quit mukbang. What?
It's funny because the best part is if you like watch the titles, because some of them he has traditional titles, and then they're like, oh, cheesy fondue with Popeye's chicken, king crab legs. I keep gaining weight and I don't care anymore.
I really like that after he says that he just got diabetes, the video after that is 100 mozzarella stick challenge.
Oh my god.
It's so funny because it's just like Munchies Stoner Edition. I keep gaining weight and now I'm eating Popeyes.
I can't take this anymore. Giant hot Doritos.
This is like
quesadilla.
It's just so sweet and sour how quick it changes from video to video.
And it's literally like I'm 299.8 pounds. Will these Cheeto ramens make me 300 pounds?
Wait, what is it? It's like McDonald's animal style fries. Why Orlin wants to break up. Like,
oh my god!
What is going on?
And the thing is, not only are the thumbnails and the titles crazy. If you watch the videos, it's just like he's so unhinged. Like the editing is really crazy because like it seems like he records like himself talking like he I feel like the way he segments his videos is kind of like him talking for like 10 minutes and then he starts eating the food. But, like, sometimes it's, like, he records himself talking in, like, 3 different places, talking about 3 different things, and he just, like, edits them all together, and so it's this, like, breakneck, like, of him, like talking about him, like, while he's setting up food, then him in the bathroom, like, looking at his belly, and then, like, just him sobbing, and it's just, like, what the fuck? And, like, the way he talks about it, he's just, like, he just goes back, he literally just, like, is on this circular thing where he's, like, I'm so fat. I don't want to be fat anymore, but I just don't care. Oh, I'm gonna eat 100 foods. Oh, and then he starts crying. He's like, I don't know what to do. And then he like picks up a piece of chicken and bites into it. He goes, ooh, tasty chicken. And it's just like
these are whiplashes.
This man is just like gone off the deep end, which is so crazy.
How many times has he broken up and gotten back together with this one dude?
It's so
I've seen so many videos about it.
Him and this dude, it's literally like I think maybe once a month he posts a video of like oh, we break up for real this time. For real this time, we're broken up. But it's like, and it's funny because I think it would be one thing if it was just his thumbnails and just his titles, like he's trying to like clickbait. But the fact that he's so like unhinged and sporadic in the actual videos is just like, this is all genuine.
Oh
like,
my god!
You can like literally trace his mental state just by like looking at the thumbnails and titles of his videos.
Seriously, I'm looking at. Oh my god, you're completely right in your analysis here.
Yeah.
He just gets progressively terrible. Oh my god.
It's like nuts. If you like, I remember watching, like, I just saw his first video, like, I think it was like recommended to me, and it was just like, because again, it's just like, he looks so much healthier. He acts, like, the way he acts is so much like more mellow. Like, he always had like a bubbly kind of fun personality, but it was like so much more like calmed down. Like, it was like, you know, he seemed like a pretty good guy, and then he just goes off the fucking deep end.
He really seemed to have figured out in the later ones that, like, if you either are crying or making out with some other guy in the thumbnail, like,
yeah, that's the thing.
You get more views.
It was like so funny. I remember I was watching one of his videos to kind of like prepare for this, and there's one where it's just a smash cut of him and his boyfriend kissing. Like, it's just like them setting up food, and then like it's literally like 1 second of him and his boyfriend making out, and then it just goes back to the video. His his editing is so like it's like a crazy person.
It's breakneck.
I think his editing reflects his mental state, where he's just going off the walls at 1,000,000 miles a second.
I don't even know what to say about this. Like, it's just like a video where it says, "This is why we shouldn't be together anymore." And it's like him and the guy crying, and then in front of them is mac and cheese and a crap load of mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is, I don't know, like, what to say. I really just don't.
He's also like so like delusional. He's just like, he doesn't understand. Like, I feel like he's either he doesn't understand, or he's not owning up to the fact that eating insane amounts of food for your job will make you an unhealthy person. He's like, oh, look at it's all water weight. Look at how much water weight I've gotten. Like, this is so much water weight. It's just like, dude, your last video was you eating 700 hot dogs. Like, it's not
I'm getting fat and I don't know why.
At a certain point, you're not a fucking balloon boy. Like,
so the fifth last video he said is, "I'm going vegan," and there's been 4 new videos, and they've all seemed to be like cheese based products. I guess you could probably say that they're vegan, right?
I literally see peppermint pizza on this one.
That's true.
Peppermint. Oh my god.
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
I don't know. I'm rooting for this guy. I hope that things work out for him.
See, and the vegan thing is funny because, again, it's one of those things that, like, it's like a constant bounce. Because, again, he started the channel as a vegan, and then as he gained more weight, it was like, why the vegan lifestyle isn't for me? Like, why the vegan lifestyle isn't actually like my kind of lifestyle? And then he made like another one a week later. He goes, guys, I'm seriously going vegan again. And then it's like every again, it's like in the same way every month he posts a breakup video. I'd say like every 3 months he posts like a video that switches the stance he has on veganism.
This is why. This is like incredible. The YouTube. This is like the most saturated YouTube drama I've seen in a long time. Like,
it's really.
This is really a very emblematic, like, Black Mirror kind of like. This is what's wrong with like internet personality.
Yeah. It's also like, again, watching him is so like, because in some ways sometimes when you see him do something, it's like, oh, maybe he's doing a bit, maybe this is a character, but then he gets like, then he keeps going with it, like. He like sometimes he like throws his food and like he he's like I think he has like crocodile tears, but then he like keeps going with the bit and he like keeps like doing stuff that it's like, I don't think he's kidding. Like, I don't think he's doing this. Yeah. I think he's actually having a mental breakdown on camera in every single one of his videos.
That's the thing with these kind of like style of thing is I've always thought like, well, there's a huge chance that they're just doing it to get views, to get money, and their psyche's not actually like this. But then you sit back and you're like, what kind of person, like, what kind of crazy psyche do you have to even use this as a way to get money, you know? Yeah. Like, they've got it could be that they have completely separate problems, but it's still absolutely insane.
I think maybe what it is like, it's someone genuinely unhinged putting on a show of someone who's pretending to be unhinged. Yeah, so on the surface, it seems disingenuous, but there's something real, but, like, there's something real behind it.
Yeah, like, you have to be that crazy to actually consider that a valid way to make.
I mean, he like ate everything, you know. Like, that took a physical toll on him. If he was really doing this for attention, like, fuck, like he's not coming back from that.
Yeah, I love like there's a few like because there's like I like how his thumbnails like aren't even him like some of them the thumbnails there's ones that are like him like crying that's like, you know, clearly a thumbnail cry, but there are a few like there's one it's called catching my husband going behind my back where the face he's making is just utter like pain and like existential dread. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on? And then the next video is McDonald's mukbang. It's just like,
he just bounces right back and forth.
oh, it's so.
Trisha, I don't know who Trisha Paytas is, but it seems that they dated at one point, and I don't know who it is, but they just come back up a lot.
It's really just
I don't know who that is.
It's just unreal. I like it's just a whiplash. It's a roller coaster, and I recommend every one of you hop in and just check it. But yeah, that's ostensibly all I have to say about Mr. Avocado.
I thought that was a really great one.
Oh,
thanks.
And it looks like we're starting to near the 56-minute mark, so we might want to start thinking of who won.
I just want to wrap this bad boy up.
We want to go down and
Yeah.
say the
nice little bow.
Say the name of our topics again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dylan, you go first.
I started with the Minute Hour on YouTube.
I came in second with the Beatles album that the Beatles never broke up. Their album Everyday Chemistry.
Yeah. I had Aquafresh's secret Woody's Roundup vigilante Tumblr blogs.
And I was Mr. Nicholas Cotto Avalis Cotto.
This is fucking.
fire.
This is hard.
I thought this
Okay.
was a really good good
There's
set
a
of
lot
topics.
everyone sort of brought
Their A game.
meaty topics today, huh?
Okay. I'll go first. I would say my vote is probably for alternate dimension Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
mine
vote was
too.
probably for Nicholas Avocado. Is what I was going to go for.
I was gonna go interdimensional Beatles.
All right, looks like interdimensional Beatles is our winner.
Frick yeah! I'm gonna call up Ringo Starr. I'm gonna be real Ringo Starr.
Wow.
I'm back. It's me from earlier.
Oh, whoa!
It's Ringo. It's your baby.
I got.
Come on.
I had a vocal defect. I changed it.
All-
I have a different
all-
voice now.
All three of us, it's 3 Ringo Stars from 3 various universes. Hello,
Yeah, that's
Declan.
right.
I'm the one that talks normal.
All right.
We be having this interdimensional bond and stuff, you know?
Yeah, now give us your fire tokens.
It's completely mental.
That's it. In my dimension, fire tokens are the only currency.
Interdimensionally, fire tokens are the only exchangeable currency.
Yeah, and in the alternate dimension, when they play Survivor, like their fire tokens is US dollars. They're like, if you complete this challenge, you get $6 US. Everyone's like, oh.
What the fuck is the
What the fuck is U.S.? What does the U.S. stand for? Why the United States? What the fuck are those?
All right, that was a good one. I had a fun time today.
Yeah,
Hey guys,
I
thanks
did too.
for coming along.
Can we get the Buried Podcast outro?
Yeah, right here. So as always, thanks for coming along the ride with us. We have a email. It's buriedpodcast@gmail.com. If you guys have any cool internet things you want us to check out or things that have been buried that you want us to talk about, send them there. You can find us on iTunes. Give us 5 stars. Give us a good rating.
Please give us 5 stars.
And then
Throw your 5
as
stars
always-
over my face and lower back.
Ringo really collapsed there. The interdimensional portal collapsed. As always, I'm Declan Grogan.
You're my favorite deputy.
I'm still wearing a blindfold.
I'm going vegan, and that's my life. I gained 300 pounds, and I don't know why.
Wait,
Probably water
Dylan,
weight.
did you actually wear a blindfold the whole
I
time?
wore the blindfold the whole episode.
Good job.
Wait,
I
did you
forgot
guys
about
wear one?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, fuck. Wait, actually?
I'm so wildly
Nobody wore one.
impressed
What the
with you.
fuck? Wait, no, I thought you...
Did you seriously wear a blindfold?
One second. Open Discord.
I was sending
All right.
images the whole time.
Holy
There
crap.
he goes.
This whole
He
time.
wore a blindfold the
wearing a
whole
blindfold.
time.
I'm taking
Dylan, I
it
feel like
off.
you should
Here we
have
go.
won. Jeez. Holy crap. That's the dedication. Hey, Jimmy and Liam, you're fired.